foremost, I think this is the end of the pointless reboot, remake, and remaster era of Hollywood. Modern Hollywood is reliant on franchises, and that's the main problem with modern day movies and modern day Hollywood. Yes, franchise movies are pretty good, but Hollywood is reliant on the big franchise, the big company movies. Okay, the big name movies. They're reliant on them. What if they all fail? What if they all bomb? What if they all flop? Hollywood has nothing, because that's what they promote. They promote the big giant franchises like they're the best thing in the world. And people are getting sick of it. Okay? Most of these franchises, sequels, reboots, people don't like them. People reject them overwhelmingly, but Hollywood is obsessed with just bringing back the same stories over and over and over again. Eventually, people will get sick of it. As I said, Game of Thrones, they're going to make a War of the Rings, so that's because Game of Thrones was popular. And they did. They made it because Game of Thrones was popular. Amazon was jealous of Game of Thrones' popularity, so they made a War of the Rings TV show. And people are hating this show. From day one. Of course, I didn't understand the hatred when, they just put a teaser trailer out. Like, you can't judge a show based off a teaser trailer. Okay? But the very fact that they're making the show angered people really shows that people are sick and tired of remakes, reboots, and all alike. Okay? Of course, people are not allowed to dislike a TV show. Okay? Also, they're making a King Kong TV show. It really shows the run out of ideas. Okay? The King Kong and Godzilla crossover show movies worked because they were actually good. Okay? But we're already having the review bombing. Okay? We're already having the review bombing articles. Okay? The same people who will go around and defend crappy movies like Buzz Lightyear. Movies that completely bombed. And if you have a different opinion than the critics, it's review bombing. It's probably okay if you are in line of the critics, like with Jurassic World Dominion or Sonic 2. Oh, yes, in line of the critics. That's not review bombing. If you dislike Sonic 2, if you dislike Jurassic World Dominion, that's perfectly fine because the critics dislike them. Okay, but if you go out of line and you dislike The Rings of Power, She-Hulk, I never understood the hate for Miss Marvel. I actually watched, so I never on like some, movie site or something. Not Disney Plus. I'm never paying for that garbage, Disney Plus. But, Miss Marvel wasn't a bad TV show. Again, no one really watched it, which, really, there was that movie, that show that's went under the radar. But She-Hulk, if you dislike She-Hulk, you'll get, it's called It's Phobes, you'll be considered as someone who promotes hate speech. That old thing, even though the First Amendment allows you to have a different opinion than the critics, than Disney, than Big Tech. But Big Tech does not want you to have your own opinion because, of course, they want to erase the Constitution as well. And again, I can understand, like, they want to get rid of a story that they want to get rid of or trying to censor something because another government says so. But they only do it on the behalf because Disney does not want to lose money. Amazon doesn't want to lose money. Okay? It's mostly Disney. They're going around protecting. They went around protecting Disney Star Wars. Sony's the other one. Sony and Disney. They went around protecting The Last of Us Part 2. Copyright striking people if you had a different opinion than the critics. Same thing of Fantastic Beasts. If you even dared leak the plot of the Fantastic Beasts. Of course, they can make the Batman plot, but you couldn't leak Fantastic Beasts, which shows that people weren't. That they were scared they were going to lose money on Fantastic Beasts. So they made sure anyone who was a critic of Fantastic Beasts, anyone who was a critic of The Last of Us, anyone who was a critic of the War of the Rings of Power, they were silenced. They used the copyright thing to silence people who are against it so they don't lose money. And YouTube, of course, complies with this. And that's why people call it a broken copyright system. It's always for stuff that they know is going to fail. Cyberpunk, they don't want people to know that Cyberpunk was a glitchy and broken game, so they copyright strike everybody for spoilers. you can't post spoilers for a movie or a game. Oh wait, what if that game is going to be well received? Who cares? Okay, people gonna like it anyways, regardless if they get spoiled or not. Okay, people like Spider-Man No Way Home despite the spoilers going around everywhere online. Spoilers are readily available online for Spider-Man No Way Home. Yet the movie made $1.9 billion. But they're only doing it because they are a product they know will fail. And we all know this. They know. They didn't want you to talk about The Last of Us Part 2 because they knew that despite the critics, there was going to be a huge backlash for the game. Okay, so anything about the plot leaks, any critical opinions, unless of course the critics, because of course the critics were probably allowed to put out plot leaks, but they, the critics were allowed to talk about the plot of The Last of Us, but you weren't until the game came out. Cyberpunk, you weren't allowed to talk about that game until the game came out, and the game got really negatively panned. There's always some connection with taking down, stuff related to stuff that they know is gonna fail, stuff they know is gonna lose money. And yeah, we all know that's the truth. Okay, they take it down because they know it's gonna fail, and they don't want to fail, so they want to silence you as much as possible. And we get this every single time when something people don't like, people dislike. They'll always say they put review bombed because they want to try to change. They want to try to remove your opinion. What they did with Captain Marvel, they want to remove your opinion. They'll go after these critic sites and try to say, "Hey, people don't like this, so it will impact our sales. Please remove everyone's opinions and change the scores so people can have their own opinions." Okay, Rotten Tomatoes did that with Captain Marvel. I think this could be some Metacritic says it with The Last of Us Part 2. I wouldn't be surprised if IMDb and Amazon changes their TV show rating so you can save the Rings of Power from failure, which they never did. Which, again, the only reason why Captain Marvel did well was because of Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War. Okay? Not because it was a good movie. Okay? Not because people actually like Captain Marvel as a character. Okay? But I think also silencing people's opinions also did kind of help because a lot of people do go and look at the audience scores and say, "Oh, people don't like Captain Marvel that much. Maybe I shouldn't go see the movie." They don't want people to say that. They want to say, "Oh yeah, the critics said Captain Marvel is a good movie. Let's go see it." Or they're not gonna, but they're gonna say, the people don't like this, so maybe I shouldn't watch it. Maybe it's not worth watching. And they lose potential customers. So they start going, then they realize they don't want to lose customers, so they start copy striking people because they don't want to lose it. Okay? But the difference between Rings of Power, they think that Lord of the Rings is too big to fail. Okay? They think it's too big. They know that everybody liked the Lord of the Rings movies, so let's bring it back. Oh wait, nobody likes this though? Nobody is oh wait. Now we're gonna have articles like with Buzz Lightyear because you're not allowed to dislike Buzz Lightyear. You're not allowed to dislike Rings of Power. That's what the critics are always trying to say. You have to be in line with what the critics think. You have to be in line with the establishment critics think, what Rotten Tomatoes thinks, what, IGN thinks, what all these fools think about Lord of the Rings, about Buzz Lightyear, about The Last of Us Part 2, about Captain Marvel. You have to agree with the critics or else you'll be considered a bad person. That's pretty much it for this video. Goodbye.